Aquarius, what I'm hearing for you for the month of July is a divine shuffle that is going to lift you and put you into this new path. This is a new beginning, and you are going to take off and soar. Now, this isn't meant for everyone, but let's take a look at this general reading because there's some great information coming through for you that I've been guided to share with you over the last few days. Let's take a look at the sun, moon, and rising sign of Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is heavy in your chart. Right now, in the month of the ending of June, there is the energy shift that you heard me talk about. Now, I know it's been quite challenging through the feelings. Even I've been taking my siestas. You know, I'm here in Spain, so I've really learned how to do that. And this is something I could never do, is take a nap during the day. That is never something I could do because my life didn't allow me that opportunity, and I was too wound up all the time to rest during the day other than a power nap. This is about resting your mind, your body, and your soul, because there is information being downloaded into you right now as you're watching this video. This is information that is going to grow you and ascend you into a level that you knew was coming. Maybe you didn't see the results yet, but you felt it was on the way. It may have been put on hold. A back and forth kind of energy, the shuffle that I'm talking about. Some of you are going to feel like it is a shuffle, like you're doing a dance with the divine, you're doing a dance with the universe, going, wait a minute, I want to go forward. And you are going to go forward. July is big. On the 25th of June, there's this big, beautiful shift where people's lives are changing and you can feel the presence of the changes. So if you haven't, you're about to. And if you already felt those changes, it's going to continue to grow and ascend you. Very powerful information. Now, I'm going to do this reading a little different. This is my 8th year on June 20th, my 8th year here on YouTube. So we're going to do it different, and I need your help in order to know. One, the background. You guys like this background, or do you want the other one that I use all the time with that big metaphysical sun on the back? Let me know. Put a comment in there, and we'll look at that further. I'm also doing a different layout for you. We're going to look at your foundation, then we're going to move right into romance and relationships in general. So it'll be in 2 sections instead of 4. Hopefully this will make it a little bit easier. The overall energy card that you got is the Ace of Swords. This is your beginning. This is you being authentic in who you are. Spiritual sovereignty is going to be something that a lot of you are really going to take ownership of. Your own thoughts, your own decisions. If you'd like to read more about that, you can click the link, go to my Substack, and I am posting that on the 20th of June. You will see that. The energy is shifting, and you may have felt it shift through your home, seeing clocks in different rooms had different times, emails that you deleted coming back again, passcodes telling you that you need to reset passcodes. The communication is different. Some days it works just flowingly, and other days it has been a little stagnant, but still coming through. So there's been a lot of energy shifts, and these are outside energies. These are divine, universal energies that are coming through and manipulating the things that we're going through. Some of it is elsewise, but I don't see it as, I'm not being shown as a psychic, as hearing the guidance. I'm not being shown or told that it has anything to do with like spam or anything like that. This Ace of Swords is representing communication. I love this card for you because this is really what Aquarius is all about. Being true and authentic, the humanitarian in you, where you help other people, whether it's directly by giving services or offers or products, or indirectly just by being you, just by being there, communicating with people. And the communication levels are going to increase in the month of July for Aquarians. This communication is the powerful communication that comes from your authentic self. You're going to start creating new spiritual communities, communities based on like beliefs, what you believe in. You're going to find your people. You're going to find your tribe. Now, if you think that doesn't have to do with your foundation, I will disagree with you, because it has everything to do with your inner foundation and your outer foundation. Remember, the foundation is the home you live in, the land you live on, the energy from the land, the vibrations that come through your location, your car, your investments. That's your foundation. Anything that makes you feel safe and secure. The first card we have is Temperance. The second card we have is the Three of Wands, all right? And the third card that came out for you is the Ten of Cups. So when it comes to this section of your life, these are really three powerful, very, very, very good cards. You've been waiting a long time for this, and you had to go through a lot. This is the divine giving you the blessings that you have worked hard to bring in. Now, I'm not meaning that you physically, manually, like scrubbing and cleaning in a physical sense, although that's part of it, because that's a great way to heal. This has to do with you clearing and cleansing, getting rid of the people, really analytically as good as you can be. You are good at analyzing any kind of data at all, numbers especially. So using your intuition to clear out these people has taken a long time, and you've been guided this entire time, and you are protected as you go forward. The beauty of the faith that you have in your beliefs, that spiritual sovereignty that I'm talking about, is going to be very magnetic and draw in other people who are going to see it. They're going to see it in your aura. They're going to see it on your face. They're going to feel it just by you standing next to them. You may actually see, if animals were not really engaged with you over the last month, I'm going to say 6 to possibly 8 weeks, animals usually are drawn to you, and they'll come up and they'll just start talking or just be around you. They certainly don't usually run away, especially not one after the other. But if you've been finding that there's none around you, that is going to change, and the birds are coming back. The bees are coming back, butterflies, and everything else that comes with it. Cats and dogs are going to be there. You're creating the union, the reuniting of the beautiful interconnection you have with everything living on earth. So this is going to be trees and flowers. You're going to see them. Of course, if you're in areas like here in Spain or North America where everything is blooming, of course you're going to see it blooming. But I'm talking about the ones that on the verge of croaking. Okay, they're on the verge of not being vibrant. They were limp. They were failing in thriving. That is going to change, because you are going to walk up and all of a sudden you're going to transmit this energy that is going to be very powerful. Some of you will know it and some of you won't. Equally, it is very important, as you know, you are protected, but that doesn't mean you don't protect yourself before you go out. These spiritual gifts that we are all born with, every single one of us, it starts with intuition. You know you have intuition. Should I go right or left? Left? Okay, I go left. Especially with certain signs like Aquarius, you know this, but that you don't want to wear it on your sleeve, you know, like how we wear our heart on our sleeve, drawing in all of the people who are going to just grab it and grab onto you and rip it apart. No, this is you saying, I have it, I own it, and I will release it as I see fit. And it's beautiful. It's this beautiful divine energy in you coming through. You're making a plan and you're sticking to it. Some of you are relocating. You're looking at new opportunities all around you when it comes to where you live, and feeling the vibrations of the energies of the land. Looking for the big oak trees for some of you, for the ocean for some of you, coming out here and experiencing what it's like to be on the sea coastal line out here. Creating a plan on how you're going to invest your money and do it wisely. Everything you're doing that you used to do for other people, and you help them grow their life, and it came to you like this, like it just, you know, it's like, hey, Aquarius, I need some advice on this, and you're like, blah, 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 and you help them, and you watch them soar, as they leave and ignore you, right? That's never going to happen again. If it does, it'll be rare and you'll know exactly what to do. You will block that person. But this is about you moving into this beautiful, empowering ownership of the decisions that you make and putting all your energy into your basket first. Most of us grew up in an environment where we didn't take care of our family first, although it looked that way. We took care of other people. Oh, the neighbors, they need something. Let's go get it for them. But things started to change over the last decade where people were like, I have to take care of me first. That's going to actually grow and increase over the next, well, they're telling me over the next couple of years, but actually you're feeling this energy now. For those of you who weren't doing it, you're going to do it. And if you are doing it, you're very confident, very content on making that plan and sticking to it, putting yourself first, so that all the kudos come in for you. And that's what you are meant to do, not from ego, it's from authenticity. That when we look at this beautiful 10 of Cups, this is happy home, happy family life in the tarot itself. Now, I'm doing this reading different, and I'd like you to let me know if you like it. I'm going to bring in the challenges that go with these very positive cards, okay? This 10 of Cups is creating a life that you love, a lifestyle that meshes with you. That includes the people that you're engaged with, the activities you do. If you don't want to go, you're not going to go. Not that you did before, but there were times people could convince you to do things that you didn't necessarily want to do, and then you go and it didn't work out. So you may have taken a step back and completely withdrawn, especially if you were on this spiritual journey to self-discovery, self-healing, self-growth. And that's where a lot of you have really are ascending into this new divine lineup, where it'll be one thing and another and another, like the triad of everything in your life, mind, body, and spirit. Everything is lining up for you where it feels in sync. Your inner divine masculine and feminine are in sync. And now it's making decisions like this for you. It's going to affect your home life. It's going to affect your family. It's beautiful energy that's coming through. Now, when it comes to challenges with this, because this is beautiful energy that's going to take you all the way through the month of July, right into the very last few days, and then it'll start changing just before the end of the month. So when it comes to challenges, it's funny, your Three of Wands has a Three of Wands with it. My cards are shiny. They're like, let me go. We have the Queen of Swords when it comes to this protection, when it comes to knowing you're being divinely guiding, having the patience. Now, with patience comes this, it's not always easy to be patient, especially for a fixed sign. And the fixed signs are going to feel the power of what's going on through this June energy shift very, very big. It's a big deal for fixed sign. I am like you, an Aquarius sun, then an Aries rising. Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is a person coming in to help you. A person who may have cut you off is coming back in. Be very patient when this individual comes in, because if you lose your temper, if you fall into the old cycle of you, this could completely distort your own personal foundation. Allow the universe to guide you through this process. There's something that needs to be spoken. Now, for some of you, this may be somebody in your work arena. It could very well be a family or friend, and obviously a romantic partner. But this is somebody who went through a lot. And you may have cut off communication, but they learned, and they learned the hard way. This Queen of Swords is a person who's been through everything. And it may very well be you we're talking about, where they have been lied to, cheated on, mistreated, mind games, everything you can think of, financially toppled over, physically drained, energetically, spiritually, all of this stuff. Like, this is the Ten of Swords being flat on the ground. I can't get up. But yet with this divine protection around you, you got up. The challenge is going to be to realize, if this is you we're talking about, how strong you really are. That's why you're a fixed sign, because you're meant to go through that experience and project it out into the world. Whatever way you want to do it, it doesn't have to be like this. It can be any way that you want to do it. But it is you saying, come closer. Let's talk. Let's communicate. If you've been isolated and wondering, is anybody out there? Is anybody on the same page as me? Waiting for family, waiting for somebody to just go have a cup of coffee with. This is coming in, and it's going to be a person who has been through this. So if you've been through it, you have a commonality of an old belief system that you have overcome. That doesn't mean you sit and talk about it, because that'll bring it all back, right? This is starting from scratch with the respect that I understand what you've been through. Now, getting back to that original message, and there's a few that I'm throwing out there. This is the one who, when you parted ways, they went through everything you did. And I feel for some of you, it is somebody very close, or was somebody very close to you. And now they're coming in saying, wow, I really get it. I really understand why you did what you did and who you are. They respect who you are. They respect the way that you do communicate, because it is in a different, unique way. That's what makes you so special. My mother-in-law said that to me one time. I did something, and it was like, I was young. I got married when I was 18. So sometimes my house was like a real mess. And other times I became very immaculate after that. But sometimes my house was messy, and she said, it was my car. She said, that's okay. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you so lovable. I loved my ex-mother-in-law, and I thought she was wonderful. But the expression of that is respect that you are who you are. That's what I feel is coming in there. Now we have the Three of Wands. With the Three of Wands, when it comes to your foundation, the beautiful progress and planning and changing and relocating, some of you creating traveling situations that are going to broaden your horizons. And I mean really broaden your horizons. Others, this is somebody coming into you. But the planning is really what the Three of Wands represents. But it's equally the challenge. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to live? Where am I coming from? Mind, body, and soul, the inner divine masculine, the inner divine feminine. And once you balance out the logic, yeah, it makes sense. And once you balance out the emotions, yes, it feels right. That's when you will know exactly where to go. Once you get there, you're going to know how to expand it and how to grow it. Everybody's different. If you were a Virgo, I'd say, oh, you got to plan it out meticulously. Okay. There's no room for any changes with our beautiful Virgos, right? But with Aquarius, you're kind of I don't know why Aquarius, of course I do know why you're the star card, but it's like the Fool card would have been a really good card for Aquarius too, because you're a daredevil. You're a risk taker. You're a leader. And that's part of being in that leadership role, is a risk taker, jumping off the cliff. The problem is making sure that you have all the information you need to make that decision. So if you're finding you're stuck in the month of July, if you're finding you don't know where to go, where to travel to, how to afford something, how to do your bills, research, 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 research. Take a course. Coursera is still offering free courses. I get nothing for saying that, but it is a really great way. They have a lot of free programs. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. No matter what age you are, learning and growing, feeding the mind, as my slogan goes, feed the mind, heal the bodies, grow the soul. Feeding the mind with real information, truthful information, valid information that is going to help you make these decisions. That will appease the logic side, and then tapping in, making sure your heart chakra is open. Does it feel right? You're going to know exactly what to do. When it comes to the challenge with the Ten of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles, balancing things out between two different households. And you may be a parent who has children from two different partners, and you have to go pick this one up and then this one. I've been there. I did that. That was not easy. It was a lot of commuting back and forth, a lot of planning, a lot of organizing. Some of you need to say something to be able to keep things in balance that is more applicable for your lifestyle, is what I'm hearing. It doesn't mean giving up, not at all. It means finding a workaround solution that will create the harmony and the happiness in the family unit, in your home unit, in yourself, in your heart chakra. So the imbalance creates that roller coaster ride that we've been going through. And that's what I see is changing. You're not going to feel this should I or shouldn't I. You're coming out of it by the end of the month. You're definitely going to know what to do in this situation. For some of you, this is an actual family situation, and I feel it has to do with mother and father-in-laws, going to them, bringing the grandbabies over, bringing your children over, going to visit them. There's something there that creates an imbalance, and it may very well be them. You may walk in there going, I really don't want to be here, but yet feel obligated about being there. You're going to find a way to work this situation out where it's positive for both sides. It's a win-win situation, and you're going to see that by the very last week of the month of July. Now, when we look at romance, oh my goodness. Family, friends, romance. There's a situation going on with family and friends. We'll start with that, where this energy of shuffling is really there. Even though we've already talked about it, there's that energy of shuffling going back and forth between you and this other person. Family, a friend member. You have the Six of Cups, and this is a beautiful energy, happy, fun memories. That has to do with the shuffling. Some of you are in a situation where it's like, well, we always used to get along. We had great communication. We bonded really well. We felt good together. We were on the same page. We had things in common, and now everything is changing. Part of the shuffling that I'm talking about. You see, the universe comes in, as you already know. Sometimes I have a hard time with Aquarius because you're so wise to know what I'm talking about, but yet the hard part is that stubborn energy, the fixed sign. It's like, oh, I got it myself. I'll do it on my own, right? And yet you're out there helping other people, but still finding yourself going through this process. The shuffle is learning that no matter what is bad, if there was love there at one time and you're trying to pull through this situation where you no longer speak, you no longer communicate with them, the fond memories are what get you out of that painful situation. Now, I'm not talking about therapy. I'm talking about going beyond that. This is the finalization after you've already gone through so much with this individual. The love is what's kept you there. Those happy, fond memories have kept you there. And now you've got to make a decision when it comes to this person. And that is challenging in itself. This doesn't even need a challenging card because it's about intuition. This is about not using your mouth, but using your third eye. Seeing things from without the eyesight, seeing it from beyond, the intuitive aspect of you, the emotions that come through you, connecting. How do I think about this? And how do I feel about this? Swords represent thoughts. And the waters in here, the murky waters from the moon, there are mysteries, there are answers going to come through when it comes to this situation, when it comes to this relationship in general. Now, another group of you, again, when we're talking about stubborn, I don't think this is you, although it could be. The Emperor can often be a very stubborn individual. Somebody who has been there and done it, they know exactly what to do, much like what I was saying, and they are very unwilling to do it different. They know what works. Nope, tried everything. This is what works. However, as the energy shifts around us, as everything is changing, This is the right time to make changes. And I feel this person is going to wind up becoming the challenge for some of you in relationships. This may very well be your partner, Aquarius, where there is no communication. They're stubborn, they're stuck. I'm not doing it that way. We're going to do it my way or the highway. And you're like, okay, dude, I'm hitting the highway. Sorry, I said dude. That could be either which way. But you know what I'm saying. Whoever it is that you're talking to, family, friend, or your romantic partner. Now, when it comes to romance, here's your 3 cards all popped out at one time. Wow. Yeah, the Chariot. It's really time to move forward. So whatever those happy, fond memories, remember when I said that we remember everything. It gets tucked away and we only pull it out if we need to. But if you wanted to, you could go all the way back to the time when you were born, to a time when you were a child. We remember things by choice. You pull it back out and then you tuck it away. You're given that ability, which ties into your intuition, which ties into the divine itself. This universal energy that's going on around you is going to propel you forward. That's what's going to do it. Remember the happy, fond memories of you in this relationship. Remember, if this is about love, this is you and your partner when you were in love and how you were able to come together, feeling that soul mate. This is our forever relationship. And then things start going a little sideways. It's the happy, fun memories that pull you forward. For those of you who are strained from your children, this is a time for you to realize that it is horrible as it feels to not have, and I'll be talking about this on my podcast, and if you haven't signed up, you can go in my description box down on the very bottom, and it says I am opening up a new podcast, and I have several already recorded. I'm waiting for 100 people, and then I'll open it up. I think we have 70 right now, so sign up and let's get talking about different topics, because strained parents and children is one of those topics where it's they're here, but it's like they're not here. It's the happy, fond memories that will pull you into this new lifestyle. You may not be on the same path anymore. The split, the divide, new earth, old earth, the 5th dimension, the 3rd dimension. We have all different descriptions of the changes that are coming in, and there's 2 different directions we can go. They may be on a different path than you are. Your soul is pulling you this way, but their soul's pulling them a different way. So it isn't necessarily that they don't love you, but they have to make the break in order to start their new destined path. And you also probably would never do it. You're like, nope, I like it this way. That's the way we are, right? And the divine's coming in and saying, no, baby, this is what your soul wants. We're going to move you in this direction. You're moving forward, okay? And I feel you've been stuck. Some of you, I'm seeing 6-7. I feel it's 6 to 7 years for some of you where you were hoping for this reunion. That doesn't mean the reunion isn't going to happen, but it does mean that it's time for you to build, grow, and expand the life that you're living each day from the beautiful memories of I love me, I love life itself. Open-hearted and have faith. When it's time, you'll be brought back together. This is you going in a beautiful direction. Now the center one, all right, this is I'm going to say a lot of you, this is a relationship that is literally ending, and I feel it's romantic, not necessarily family friend, but you'll see it, whatever it is that's going on in your life. You couldn't see what was going on. You were blinded by this person, and they hurt you once, and then they hurt you again, and then they hurt you again. Over and over and over, a repetitive cycle that really left you feeling lost in the dark, a lost identity, unable to grasp on to what the reality of this relationship was. That is ending. You are done, okay? You are out of there. You're done. You are done. You can see, you can feel it, you know it. You don't need to have physical confirmation of what's going on. you already know. And this is the most painful place we can be. And it kind of relates to the children thing. Like that's how you feel, the Ten of Swords. However, this leads to this. You see how they tie in together. You're starting a brand new path because you're ending the old cycle. Karma is coming for everyone. It doesn't matter who we are, me, you. Karma is on the way. So if we haven't taken care of old stuff, if we haven't resolved old stuff, then it's definitely on the way. If it, whatever it's dharma or karma, the good or the negative, it doesn't matter what it is. That's heavy. I can feel it in my chest. That middle section, relationship, is very, it takes the breath right out of you. It's hard to breathe around this person, constricting and confining. You're ending it. I'm done. I'm done. When it comes to this stubborn person, whether it's you or another one, okay, and this again, I do feel is romance. I feel for a lot of you, look at this, you've got an opportunity coming in, the Ace of Pentacles. Whoever this person is, when it comes to a relationship, they're excellent at creating long-term relationships. Remember, the general energy of this individual is they know what works and what doesn't work. It's okay to fit together, to flow together. It's okay not to be in control of everything that happens in life. Have your plan, the 3 main points, and know the background behind those 3 points, and then allow things to flow in and out. You know, you have a schedule. You're driving from Las Vegas to California, and that's a 4 or 5 hour drive. Well, I've done it in shorter, but you know what I'm saying? It's a long drive. But an accident happens. Now throws you off your game. Allow those things, a natural cycle, to come in, because there's something there for you that this Emperor is going to bring in. It could possibly be an Aries that you're dealing with, but it's really representing, I also feel Sagittarius and Taurus. It's really representing a person who knows how to take the lead, and they will steer you away from this. Okay, no. They're going to steer you into a long-term relationship filled with abundance and prosperity. Very, very positive for those who are single. Now, the final message, I know it's a little long, but stay with me, because overall, in general, what I'm hearing for you is this is just a beautiful, iconic month for you. You got the Star card, and this goes right back to the beginning of the messages. You being authentic. You've healed yourself. You've picked yourself up. You have turned your life around, or you are in the middle of doing it. Most of you, you've already been through it. This Star card is saying that reward, that one thing you really wanted, whether it was a relationship or a new career, something that you wanted, travel, live in a different country, that is on the horizon for you. Pay very close attention, because this is going to come from a download from the stars, from the universe, directly from the divine. You're going to see it, you're going to feel it, and it's going to be embedded in you, where it's just going to be like one step and the next step. It's going to be that simple. So Aquarius, join my memberships. I look forward to talking to you. So much new stuff, and celebrate 8 years right here on YouTube with you. Much love.